Okay. I know this is an unexpected hour, but we have a patch to talk about, and we're going to talk about it. So let's hop into it. So, the PTR patch notes from today. We're just going to speed run through this, and then I'll hop into Discord with Miro, Darren buddy of mine. He's about the same level as me. I'm currently 4K Zerg. Used to be Masters back when I had more time and enjoyed the game more. So, what are the changes we got here? First is Spire cost, reduced from 200 200 to 150 150. This has been said a lot, but I'll just reiterate it. Uh, I don't think that cost is really the issue with the Spire, and I think this is just going to make ZVZ worse, because mutas are kind of cancer in ZVZ. Uh, so I think the better change would be to reduce the build time of the Spire by like 20 seconds or something. That'd probably be a better change because I think it's 71 seconds right now. I don't think 51 seconds would be too unreasonable because it's still a lot of money and it's not like mutas are cheap. Okay. Centrifugal hooks giving plus 5 HP bonus. I mean, I love this because banelings are trash right now, but I'd really prefer the damage back rather than this. But is what it is. I'll take what I can get, I guess. uh, Microbial Shroud. This is the big one. We get our mini Dark Swarm, I guess. This I think is gonna be busted, like bonkers OP. I don't foresee this going in at 50%. I think they're gonna reduce it to at least 25, maybe even 10%, because I think this is gonna be a way bigger impact than people realize. And I think Zergs are pretty much just gonna go for infestors every game. Okay, moving on to the Protoss. This is where it gets really spicy. So, energy overcharge, energy recharge. I always call it energy overcharge. This is pretty funny to me. Um, Going from 100 to 50 energy, and the cooldown reduced to 45 seconds. So this change is something that Harstem talked about. I think he might have actually suggested this too. Um, I mean, uh, so like what he's saying is a good point about making you choose between do you want to use that on a chrono or not. Not disagreeing with that. I think that's a good idea to make it actually a choice. However, I think that fundamentally this ability is just a problem, and this is never going to end because I haven't talked about this yet, but the storm change, I think that's a direct result of this, and I think as long as we keep energy overcharge in the game, we're just going to keep having to do that. It's going to be the same thing for hallucination, and it's going to be the same thing for stasis ward. And I think the only reason that we're not going to nerf pulsar beam is because we already did like years ago. So yeah, I really don't think that I'm honestly probably gonna do like a whole video on this, but very briefly, all spellcasters in StarCraft 2 and even in StarCraft 1 and Warcraft as well, they're balanced around their gas cost. Actually, I'm not sure if Warcraft is like that. I can't even remember. It's been so long. Uh, but in StarCraft, they've always been balanced around Vespene gas. You know, Vespene gas takes longer to mine. There's less things you can do with it. It doesn't directly progress your economy. It's, a significant choice to be mining gas instead of mining minerals, right? And that's why the fancier, higher tech things in StarCraft have always required a lot of gas. That's just sort of like the core design principle of how the economy works in StarCraft. And this fundamentally breaks that relationship by putting a ability on a mineral only building that you're going to be making anyway, giving the ability to grant energy to another unit of your choice. by just trading energy from that building. You know, you're essentially creating, uh, you know, you're converting minerals to gas in a indirectly, or you're like spending minerals to give yourself like gas creators in a weird way. Because yeah, I know, like, adding another storm to a High Templar isn't the same thing as building a second High Templar, but functionally, in most situations where you would be making a High Templar, it is the same. Because, usually if you want to have a second storm available, you have to warp in a second High Templar, meaning you have to spend 150 gas. And you don't have to do that if energy recharge is in the game. Now you have a choice of, do you want to use this ability that comes from your mineral only building that you're going to make anyway and just spend that where you would have had to spend 150 gas and also warp it in 30 seconds in advance. So we're talking planning ahead on mining that gas and warping the High Templar in 30 seconds before you actually need the storm. All of that just removed with the click of a button by being able to energy recharge. So I think fundamentally, this is an issue that is just never going to go away. And, unfortunately, I think most of the community hasn't really realized that and probably won't for like several years if they ever do. But yeah, that's my very strong opinion on this. And Storm in particular, if we're looking at this, we could even reduce this to 25 energy and it would still be an issue because the High Templar starts with 50 energy and it takes 75 to storm. So even if this is only giving 25 energy, it's still going to be an issue. Okay, moving on. Mothership HP reduced. This is probably a good choice. I don't know. I think we should just get rid of the not abductable. you know, I don't know. Call me crazy, but I think feedback already has like what the same range as abduct or more. Feedback is 10 range, I think, and I think abduct is 9. So pretty sure that you know feedback outranges abduct. Oh, and you can rapid fire it, and it only fires on units that have energy. So unless the Zerg has overseers in the Viper group, which to be fair, I know that they do that at the pro level, but but still, unless they have that, like you can literally just wave it over. So at like a ladder level, I mean, this is huge. And you should be expected to just keep High Templar in front of your mothership because the mothership cloak is like a huge range. So, you can have the mothership in the back and then have the High Templar a little bit more forward, and then they will definitely be able to outrange the Viper, and you don't have to worry about abduct. So I don't know why we ever removed the ability to abduct a unit. That's just completely reduces uh whole purpose of abduct, because you're trying to abduct like high value targets, right? What's more high value than the mothership? Okay, the Storm changes. What the fuck are we smoking here? This is insane. I don't know how else to say that. Um, yeah, I mean, this this is scary thinking about how you could deny mining time with this, but for what you're usually going to use Storm for, this is much more significant. And I mean, I want to see because I've seen some clips of it, right? So I know what it looks like now. And I want to see like I'm gonna try this on PTR. I'm gonna try going 3 base Roach Ravager, and I want to like run up to a Protoss army and just take the storms to the face and just stutter step into the Protoss army and just wipe it out and not even care about the storm. Like, I want to see if that's possible. And if it is, then I gotta try it with Hydras. Because, I don't know, like in my opinion, Storm was, I don't know, it's like, it. You could definitely argue that it was a little bit too strong versus things that it shouldn't be, like Roach Ravager. But at the same time, like, map design has a lot to do with this. All the maps that we have for the last like 6 years at least have been very choke point heavy, and that makes Psystorm a lot stronger. And then also, like, I want to be afraid of my opponents. I want my opponents to have strong units and abilities, and Psystorm is just a fucking cool spell. And, you know, I've had this opinion for a very long time that we should never nerf Psystorm because it's one of those things that, like, yeah, it's really fucking strong, but it should be, you know, like clumping your units like that, you should be punished for it, especially when you know that a Psystorm is available. But I have to be honest, my frustration with Storm has been growing because of the map design. And then once we added energy recharge, now it's like, okay, dodging the storms is not even an option, it feels like, because they're just always going to have more storm, you know? So it's like, this is why I was saying this is a consequence of having energy recharge in here, because it's like Psystorm is only too strong because you can just have infinite Psystorms. And the same thing is true for Hallucination Scout. I don't know why they didn't nerf it. And the same thing is true for Stasis Ward, which again, I don't know why. I think we nerfed it in the last one. Anyway, you know, I think that the better solution is to remove energy recharge, energy overcharge. Just get rid of it. Bad idea. Very bad idea. Totally breaks one of the fundamental core design principles of StarCraft. Okay. DT attack delay. Right. I keep seeing people talking about this, and I just feel like everybody has amnesia, and they're forgetting like why we added the delay in the first place. Um, but to be fair, this is better than just removing it entirely, which is what most people suggest. So I don't know. Maybe this will be okay, but I'm of the opinion that Terran should not be losing bases like planetaries that they're heavily fortifying and defending with like a split-second interaction that doesn't really have much counterplay. But also, to be fair, I mean, you can make depots and shit around your CCs, but like, that also prevents you from repairing it. I don't know, but you can lower it if they're depots. I don't know. I don't really have like too strong of an opinion, but it's more of a like, why? Like, are we forgetting why we removed this? Or why we added the delay? But I don't know. This is better than 0. Uh this is stupid. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Maybe they're thinking that if they do this, we'll be like, oh, they nerfed Protoss scouting. But yeah, no. Hallucination Scout is the problem. Maybe they just realized that like if they shove in like a Hallucination Scout nerf and a Storm nerf in the same patch while also nerfing this, maybe they'd be like, "Oh, wait. People might realize that maybe this is fucking stupid." I have no idea. I'm really not sure if like, cuz it seems like the community overall kind of likes this ability. But like, I don't know. I also feel like it could just be, people not wanting to admit that they were wrong about something, you know? 'Cause a lot of people said that, oh, this is cool, this is going to be good for the game. And we're kind of clearly seeing that it's not. Anyway, let's move on to Terran. This, yeah, no. Why are we doing that? This, as Loco said, this feels like a negotiation for this, where where some Terran said, "What? You can't do this. Gotta at least give us something," and this is what they got. I don't know. Yeah, this is. We should never have any units that are immune to abduct except for the frenzied ultra, right? Which is just because the ultra has the frenzy ability, which makes it invulnerable versus any movement altering things. Because it would be silly to see the ultra get bounced around by reaper grenades or shoved out of place by a force field. But yeah, that's my opinion there. You know, design elements should be clear and consistent. It's okay to have exceptions every once in a while, but for the most part, they should be pretty consistent. And this just feels super weird. You know, especially because there's no like animation or anything like this. Like if there was like an animation when you tried to abduct a siege tank where it like tried to pull it up and then like the legs would hold it in the ground, like that'd be kind of funny and it would look like it's actually part of the game. And you know, the second a player sees that, they're going to learn what happened and they're going to understand it. But yeah, if you don't do that, it's just going to be like, what? Like like the player's just going to try to abduct the tank and then they're going to see that little like red error message pop up in the bottom left saying like uh this is not a valid target for this ability or whatever it says, and they're just going to be like, what? They're just going to stare at it and they're not going to know why. Viking cost reduction. Why? I don't know why we're doing this. I don't even know what to say. Just why. I think if anything, the Viking needs the buff that the Corruptor got years ago, which or maybe shoot. So the Corruptor got like an attack point buff, if I remember right, which was fucking amazing for it and helps it catch medevacs, which nobody ever talks about, and I kind of regret mentioning just now. Please don't nerf the Corruptor. But yeah, I think the Viking should probably either get that buff or have its like turning radius uh like buffed, you know, so it can like turn tighter. Because right now it does that like really wide like swinging arc that like oracles and stuff do, and that makes it kind of hard to kite with. And it's a unit that's like designed around kiting because it's a glass cannon with 9 range. Okay, this, I just think this is a good idea. I would have to compare it to like what things were before, or like did we nerf drilling claws or something like that? I don't know. But Widow Mines need a little bit of something, especially because of like how out of control charge lots are in TvP right now. Uh, Hyper flight rotors research time decreased. So this is this is kind of funny to me because like I wish Oswan was here to talk about this with me, but like for years we had been making jokes about this because they just like kept buffing hyperflight rotors and like Gumiho was like the only player to benefit from it. And I love Gumiho. Don't get me wrong. But like after he was already doing well with them, it was like why do you keep doing this? Like we kept decreasing the cost and things like that. But I don't know, it's been so long since I've even thought about this. Like you know, who knows? Maybe what I was saying back then was like, what we should be decreasing is the research time. But maybe I finally got what I wanted. I have no idea. I don't really care too much about this. You know, as long as it doesn't get ridiculously cheap and fast, you know, you still got to get the cloak too. So, okay, and Cyclone bug fixes, great. Other things, who cares? Those are my thoughts. Now let's hop in with Miro, who is somewhere. He's in a Discord somewhere. There he is.
Hello.
Yo. Oh, they can actually hear you. Nice.
Good. Yeah. Hi.
What's up? I know we talked about this earlier for probably like 2 hours.
Yeah. You, me, Relen, and we talked about this for a little while. And since then, I've kind of reevaluated like one or two of my opinions, but most of them still pretty much the same. The big
Yeah.
thing for me is um like probably the biggest thing that I've reevaluated, I would say, is the storm chain because like that's kind of a big what the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, at
Um,
first I think we were really worried that this was going to be like a huge zoning spell, but then like when we saw like the clips of the DPS on Reddit, I think we were probably both like, "Oh, that's that's like
yeah,
not a threat."
yeah. So I think the changes have now basically turned Storm into a mineral line denial tool.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Only
only
that.
thing that I can see it being used for too.
Yeah.
And I guess it would probably still like prevent Zerglings from really being like effective in ZVP, which is not insignificant. Like that's not like an insignificant thing because Ling Muta is a composition that I can tell you every Zerg would love to do versus Protoss. It's really good, except for once they storm you or they have Colossus.
Yeah. Even then, I'm not sure. Like,
But yeah, I don't know how much the damage is versus Lings. I haven't seen that clip yet.
I haven't seen that yet, and I'm happy to test that out with you. Um, because I there is the still the I think the test map, the unit tester that we can run in.
Yeah, I saw some
I
people using that.
don't know if that still applies. I don't know if that applies the current patch, but I figure we can check things out and see.
Yeah, I think they're
It's
using a different unit tester than the one I normally use, but I think like they're probably doing that because it has the most recent things
let's
off. There we go.
let's find out because I honestly don't know.
Oh, hey, sorry, Terran Dem Cheeks. He's in chat here. He's talking to me.
Oh, hello.
He's talking about unit tester is bugged. Reddit videos of Storm. Yeah, sorry, I had the patch notes up, so I couldn't see you there.
The bug, the damage in the unit tester is bugged for Storm. Really?
I mean, we can find out. I mean, just like see if it's super long, you know?
Yeah, it's like you wanted a whole bunch of Zerglings, didn't you? I'll do Banelings as well because this affects Banelings just as much with
We seek
Centrifugal.
enlightenment.
I need Storm. So,
Right, you have to research Psystorm.
yep. And then I
You
need
need to give
to
yourself energy,
have.
which you can do after you hit play.
Okay,
And
so
just say energy. There you go.
We
energy.
need
Yep,
all
thank
the
you.
light of the
So
colony.
I've just kind of given
Yeah, here,
what
I'll
we
just move
typically
command
do.
these.
takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like that's a really
Here,
long time.
let's do it again, and I'll try to like move through it. Just like make a line of them and see how many of them I can get through. Holy shit. I just
That's
walked
pretty-
through 3
like,
storms.
3 storms. That's
Yeah, that's like 5
that's
storms.
pretty insane. That's
Yeah,
like,
so you can walk
that's
through like 4 storms, it looks like. Let's see if you can get 4 off.
okay.
Holy shit, yeah. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
make
it's
it through
about
4
5
storms.
storms. You can
Yeah,
make
so it takes 5, yeah. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wait. So he's saying the damage for PTR Storm is bugged? So what you were seeing is bugged
tooltip-
storm damage that's
tooltip
doing
is
no damage. Oh! That would make way more sense, because this is way weaker than I envisioned it being.
I'm not so sure.
I'm not so sure either. Let's do math. Hang on. Wait. Oh, wait. There's a better thing we can do. Wait. We gotta find. We gotta find something that's high enough health. Let's just use an ultra. Or ultra's heal. Let's use a Thor. Delete all this other shit. Where you walk into
This lasts
storm
9
and
seconds.
it doesn't do damage on 1 click. You mean 1 tick? Or what do you mean?
Might be 1 tick, yeah.
Click bug. Walk into storm and it doesn't do damage on 1 click. I really wish I knew what you were talking about.
Unless he's
Oh,
talking
right. I
about,
forgot,
for instance, of-
my camera follow key is the same key for delete a unit. Okay, so just storm the Thor once and just see if it takes 120. I think I might have walked out of it.
Oh, that did more than 120.
Yeah, wait, what?
That did 140 damage.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, we gotta try that again. Wish this thing had a hold fire. I can hold position though.
Yeah, just press hold position.
Cause yeah, I was moving. But that shouldn't make it do more damage. Yeah, it did 140.
Is it ticking faster? Am I seeing that right? Like, is it ticking faster? Like, look at
That
the rate
might
the health
be
goes
it.
down.
Maybe it's the game speed is slightly off? Or maybe okay, because I'm seeing real time and the game time in the minimap right there. So I'm thinking maybe, oh no, because that's just because of when we hit reset, it resets the timer here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So, if it is bugged, well, they haven't updated the tooltip firstly. But if it is bugged, it's definitely doing more damage than it should be. It's doing 140 damage instead of 120.
Yeah. And according to the numbers that they posted, it does half the damage, but the duration is exactly 3 times longer, which should mean that it does 50% more damage. And if it did 80 damage before, so it should do 120.
Roughly, yeah.
But instead, it's doing 140.
Having said that, I don't know what the exact math is for the tick rate on the damage
Yeah.
numbers. So I can't be certain, and I don't know how they've calculated it.
I really want to know what Terrandom Cheeks is talking about though, because from what it sounds like, maybe there's something where like when you walk into it, it does less damage. You know what? Drop
So
one and then I'll walk into
here-
it.
here's the thing you have to remember, right? When you enter, the radius of Psystorm looks way bigger than what it actually is.
Right.
Because the damage radius looks like it's like 2.0, but it's actually 1.5. So the effect is bigger than the actual damage radius.
Need to like give myself an SCV.
Go ahead. I hear you. Stick around.
Like I wanna,
So if I hang on, so if I go like here, you should be able to drop it right in the center. And if I click at the same time, yeah, it's still a little bit too far, but interesting.
Okay, baby. Let's go. Watch this. Big job, huh? I'm heavy metal.
see the
I'm gonna
size
repair it.
of that is like the effect of that actually shows that it looks like it affects
Yeah, so I
everything
think it
at this
starts like
level.
here. It's kind of
So it's like
crazy. It's really
half
just
the-
this.
Yeah,
Feel the thunder.
It's also the Thor looks bigger than it is.
well no, where you're standing at the moment, like if I cast, that will actually hit it.
Yeah, that hit it.
Right? Can do.
So,
Stick around.
Storm aside,
Can do.
this
It
change
still
does
does 140.
you know, Storm aside, the change of energy overcharge does fuck all. Because, and I worked this out earlier, what you're doing is you are trading 50 energy from the Nexus to give 50 energy to an Oracle or a High Templar
Yes.
or a Sentry, right? But the
Which
thing is,
effectively is doubling the energy regen rate of one caster of your choice for each nexus that you have.
effective.
You get what I'm saying
yeah,
now?
but no. So, the thing is, you have to remember it's on a 45-second cooldown that applies globally. So, it doesn't matter
I guess.
how many. Like, it matters how many Nexus you have, but not for the reason you might think. The thing is, the more Nexus you have, or the more Nexi you have, sorry, the less the energy recharge is consequential. Because
Yeah, well, the less it
once you
eats into
have-
your recall and chrono.
Exactly. Once
Yeah.
you have, let's say, like you start off with one Nexus that gives you immediately 50 energy on spawn. One of the first things you do is take a second Nexus, so you now have 100 energy on spawn plus the energy regenerated from over time. And then you almost always take a really fast third Nexus. And by the time you have 3 Nexus, the energy you regenerate across all 3 Nexus is enough that you can chrono and cast energy overcharge without consequence. So it doesn't matter.
Yep.
And between the natural energy regeneration of a unit and energy overcharge, you will always have enough energy to, at the very least, cast Hallucination or Stasis Ward or Storm.
Yep. Which is kind of what I was talking about earlier with, like, how they're quote unquote nerfing energy recharge or overcharge. Because, like, I mean, yeah, like on paper, you know, it's giving less energy. Yes, that's a nerf. But, like, effectively, it doesn't matter as much as people realize because, you know, even just giving 25 energy, most casters, then they can cast their important spell for 75 energy. So you're just warping the caster and then drop the ability on it. So it's actually kind of a buff because what are they getting for compensation for this? reduction in the cooldown, right?
which
The
means it can be used
25% reduction in cooldown, and
So
you know, in exchange, all the breakpoints you still hit just fine. So,
and
it's like it doesn't really
and
do anything.
realistically,
Like, what does hallucination cost?
75 energy.
75 energy.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
What's a stasis ward?
stasis ward is 50.
I think that's
It's
50.
either
Yeah.
50 or 25. Uh, let me pull that up very quickly. I'm actually it's 50 energy, yes.
Yep.
And revelation is 25.
Revelation is 25 energy. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Revelation is 25 energy, and it lasts for 20
No
seconds.
fucking way. I thought that shit was like 125 energy. That ability is so
No,
good.
It is 25 energy, and it lasts for 20 seconds, which is why every time a Protoss manages to lose an Oracle, it's freaking astounding to me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, why would you not want to keep them alive when you can literally have infinite tabs of your opponent?
yeah. Like, if
But
people don't
that
realize,
aside,
like, casters
obviously it's
regenerate
only
energy at a rate of 25 energy every 30 seconds. That's every caster
roughly,
in
yeah.
StarCraft works like that. So if your revelation ability lasts for 20 seconds, that means you only have 10 seconds where the units are unscouted, right? So if you have 2 oracles, there's no excuse for you to never have complete information on where the enemy army is.
If you have one Oracle, there's no excuse, actually, because you can, in theory, just have infinite energy off energy overcharge in one Oracle.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. You can drop the revelation, then bring the oracle back. Really easy shift click, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just drop the overcharge on the oracle, and then shift click it back, to somewhere near where the army is, right? And then
Yeah.
once it gets nearby, grab the oracle, cast another revelation. Rinse, repeat
The benefit of
for the entire game.
stasis, like benefit of having 2 oracles though, is you can use both stasis ward and revelation with little consequence to your energy, because you can always recharge the lower one and then regenerate energy. So yeah. As far as Storm goes, Storm's biggest use now is basically it is only going to be a zoning tool to zone off mineral lines. Like you just avoid, you storm a mineral line, and now the work is cart mined for the next 10 seconds.
Yeah. I
Beyond
I
that,
kind of agree. I mean, assuming that the damage isn't bugged, like
which
he was saying.
is very
Which,
possible. It
yeah.
might be.
But
But
from the
yeah,
math that we're doing here, assuming that this is working correctly in Unit Tester, it's actually doing 20 more damage than it should be.
yeah. But even then, it's still very limited. So if we reset this and we go back to create a unit, I'm going to do clear, go. Where's Protoss? We storming. Right, and then we have Marine. Three medevacs, one each.
Oh,
You're gonna survive.
yeah, I know what
this,
you're gonna
I
do.
guarantee you'll survive. Like if we do that, then it's just, it doesn't matter if I drop a storm.
Yeah.
If I drop a storm here and you walk in, like just
I could even stim.
You literally don't take damage. Yeah.
To be fair, you also have feedback. And
Like, but the reality is, it hurts because, like, if you're chasing Templar, it hurts, because medevacs can't heal while moving.
yeah, and even even if I were to just stand here, they do take a small amount of damage over time. It's just
But it's not
very
enough to
small.
matter. Like, it really isn't enough to matter.
Yeah, someone did the math on Reddit. It's like they take like 1.5 damage per second.
But they shouldn't. The problem with that is like it makes Storm inconsequential.
Yeah.
And
No,
and
and
that
also like when we were talking about this, like it's not like that situation is totally unrealistic. You know, like how many games have we seen at the pro level in TVP, even ladder games in Diamond, where, you know, there's crazy fights and the Terran is like frantically trying to kill all of the like high value Protoss units, right? And then there's like
yeah.
barely anything left on both sides, and the Terran has like 4 medevacs and like 2 Marauders and 2 Marines, and they fucking win because of the medevac healing, right? And that's on the current patch, right?
So something I do want to test, and I'm almost certain I already know the answer, but it's something I'd like to test anyway to be 150%
Oh,
certain.
does
Microbial
Microbial Shroud block spell damage? Yeah,
Yeah,
we can try that.
I am almost certain that it's not going to matter. Yeah, it doesn't block spell damage, but
Yeah.
what is interesting
Also, I actually have to bind
is
Microbial Shroud now.
what, what is interesting though is Microbial Shroud affect, and we didn't see it very well here, so let's do this very quickly. What is
Welcome back, third ability on the Infestor. I missed you.
so let's do this. Like if I do a Zealot versus your Hydralisk, my Zealot has charge because you know Zealots have charge.
Oh, does Microbial Shroud affect that?
Oh no, wait, hang on. No, this isn't a ranged. So
Yeah, I was like, no. A Stalker.
Yeah, Stalker. How much damage does Stalker do? 13 damage.
What, like
Okay.
14? Yeah.
13 damage. So.
Infestor is armored, so. Oh, yeah, but we'll test it on the Hydra.
Yeah, so what I want you to do is I want you to test it on the Hydra. And
How long
I
does
have
this
a
last?
feeling- 10 seconds.
Pretty
Yeah,
long.
I'm doing 6 damage to you at the moment. Okay,
Oh,
so you
yeah,
have
yeah,
no
yeah.
base up.
Yeah, you can see that pretty
You have
easily.
no base up. So here's the thing. Let's do this with a different unit. Instead of a Hydra, let's do it with a Roach.
Okay.
Okay? And the
So
reason I
it's
wanna do
18
this with a
versus
Roach-
armored.
It is 18 versus armored. The Roaches also have 1 armor. Okay?
Right?
So this is doing 8
Brought me to
damage.
37 on the first shot, but then there's Zerg healing. Right? So,
Yeah, so this does
136 is what it brought me to before the healing.
so it's doing 4 damage, which means you're splitting the damage up, and then you also have to remember that it's reducing the damage before armor applies.
So,
So it's actually doing
so it's
more
going from
damage
18 to 9 and then
then-
-1
and
rather
minus-
than from 18 to 17 into 9.5. Right.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So you're actually doing, if the higher the armor, the less damage you're taking. So on like if this was on a Corruptor, for example, Corruptors aren't ground units, obviously.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Um, let's do an Ultra with no upgrades, because Ultras have 2 base armor.
Oh fuck,
without
this is gonna
upgrades.
be fun.
2 base armor without upgrades.
Yeah, I want to see this
500
versus an Immortal now. It brought me to 93 on the first shot.
Yeah, so it's doing 7 damage to you. So it's 50%
Oh shit.
minus armor.
So hang on. Because now we have to see it with the upgrades.
Oh god, okay.
To do 3/3 on both sides. I do that. Oh whoops. Oop.
Cool. Yeah. I got it.
Alright, we got it.
I don't know why you're upgrading my ground armor. I'm not getting attacked. Your hold position.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I get
Yeah.
So if I'm at +3, I'm doing 24 damage versus armored. Okay,
Like how
and you're
the
taking
radius is exactly the
7.
size of this little circle. That said it brought me to 93 on the first shot. Oh, I forgot to get chitinous. Hang on.
Yeah, that explains a lot. I was about to say you have 5 armor at the moment.
Now we have 7. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing 5 damage to you. And then plus the natural healing from Zerg, that's sometimes 4. Like, that's very little damage to Ultras.
That's kind of crazy.
That's so
kind of
good.
crazy.
Um,
Hang on, I have to see that again. No, wait. What better idea? Take this away. Whoa.
you want to do it with Immortals or
Yeah, I want to do it with Immortals.
Okay. Alright, let's do it with Immortals. Immortals are not going to be anywhere nearly as big, because Immortals do 65 damage versus armored at +3. So it's still going to chunk you, but I'm going to probably be doing, I don't know, 28.
Brought me to 74 on the first shot.
26 damage.
Yeah.
So, in theory,
It
I
should be doing
if it's half, it would
65
be doing
damage.
65 damage, half of that is 32.5. So 32 damage, roughly. Minus 7 is, yeah, 20, 26, 25
Like,
damage.
You have no idea how fucking hard it is to not be excited about this, because I know it's not gonna fucking go through. There's
It
no
can't,
way
like,
they let us have
can't.
this ability this strong.
That just makes every Zerg unit really stupidly broken if it's inside.
Yeah. So here's the
Having said that-
question. Do you want to play a TVZ where I go for Ultra
happy to
Ling
do
Bane,
that.
or do you want to
I'm
just
happy to do
unit
that.
tester before we do that? Because I kind of want to see what happens when I use Infestors on Ultra Ling Bane army and I just charge into bio. Like,
I mean, do you want me to build a bio army and try to deal with it right now?
I mean, so like we could just see it in unit tester real quick. I'll probably fuck up the micro in a real game. I don't know, because I never use Infestors.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. So, let's do...
But we should try it in a real game too.
Yeah, we'll try it in a real game.
Yeah, I gotta give
And-
myself Ling speed and shit. Let's do Adrenal. Not Adrenal. Well, I mean, we could. I meant Ultra Adrenal. Oh, if you hold shift while you click these, by the way, it makes 5 at a time. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah, it's really useful for this.
Probably say, like, 1 total.
Yeah.
Because Zerg isn't going to have as much in the way of army, but they're going to have more drone. So...
Yeah, so I mean,
this is
like if you're
roughly
playing me, you know,
cost-wise,
I'm
it's
probably
still
gonna
roughly
have
the-
like 100 supply, maybe 110 to play with for army. But you know, I might not be maxed out at first, especially if we've been trading. So
Okay,
this is probably good.
actually, I should have added Widow Mines. I didn't think about it.
It's like a shit ton of marauders.
Yeah, I know, but like late game, you're trying to absorb as much damage
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
can and pull back. And
I want to see how this works, you know. I'm just gonna fucking A move and like use the infestors.
hi, where is my stim?
Oh, you don't have stim? Oh, there's your
No,
stim.
I have stim.
Basically casting it on you. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Holy
Yep.
fuck. Okay, wait. Let's do that again with
lost,
me
like,
not being a
nothing.
retard and using both infester abilities.
Okay.
Oh, what'd you do? You
Ready?
paused the game.
Pause. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm selecting your units too. There we go.
I did not mean to do that. Thank you. Ah, fuck! I'm selecting your units too. Okay, stop. Stop. Options.
I was about to land a killer
I
fungal.
don't want you to be controlling my unit.
Yeah, we gotta change that.
Okay, that's done.
Cool. Oh,
No, wait.
we did it
we swapped.
opposite.
There we go. Alright. Alright, ready?
Oh,
That was a juicy fungal. Yeah, this is just like... It's already
dude,
hard
yeah.
enough.
And then, you know, playing me, I'm gonna have corruptors in there too.
Yeah, I know you. Like,
Oh, my infestors out of energy. Only I had some sort of an ability that would just slap energy on them.
alright, I think it's pretty safe to say that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Like,
I don't actually know how you fight that.
I do not foresee Clem winning any fucking series versus Cyril in the near future, bro.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's two things we have to do. And I'm not going to bother giving Cloak because otherwise it's just make you unable to target me. And then Drilling Claws. So if I set this up, like, in theory, I can try to bait you forwards and EMP you.
Oh. Oh yeah, the EMP hurts. I was about to
So,
fungal you and then all my
it
energy
comes
went away.
down- So now it comes down a lot more to, can Terran land the EMPs before fungals and
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true. Actually, I did not even think about that. Yeah, EMP is like kind of a crazy powerful spell.
it becomes 100% necessary. But this again now comes down to, does the Terran make ghosts, and can the Terran use
Control
those
the ghosts
well
well.
enough?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm...
Infestors are definitely the easier spellcaster to control. I'm not going to debate that.
Yeah, can Infestors cast Microbial Shroud while burrow? I don't think so,
I
right?
don't think so. Let's find out. I have to give myself burrow. No. They can only cast Neural.
Yeah, okay. I can see this being...
Oh my god. Yeah, like in a normal game, like I wouldn't be fighting here because I don't have creep, and you're just able to get away from me, and I don't have any way to catch you.
Yeah, you don't have creep, and the terrain is not in your favor.
Yeah.
Well, the terrain's kind of in your favor, but you don't have creep. That's the big thing. You have no way of really surrounding.
Like this is probably what I would actually have. Adding these in here.
Assuming max army versus max army, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Why did those pick up?
Oh my
the
god.
fungal. Oh, yeah, okay. Damn, I thought I hit those EMPs too. Yeah, hold on. I'm honestly surprised people don't use corruptors more.
Dude, they're so good.
They are,
Like,
yeah.
I've been
So-
using them since 2016, and I'm not gonna stop.
So going back to the changes, Baneling change definitely necessary. Agree, 100%. Which is interesting because like I didn't mind the Baneling change without the extra 5 HP, but it definitely does make a big difference for the survivability, and like that
Oh, for
extra
sure.
one extra hit is honestly potentially very game changing in a number of different situations. I am kind of disappointed that they didn't give the damage versus light bonus back, but you know, like I would 100% trade that in an instant for the extra 5 hit points. Like if you get the damage versus light bonus on upgrades again,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
I don't even
fucking huge.
like.
That's Protoss.
There was like
Killer.
3 different damage nerfs, if I remember right, and it's like I don't even know how many it is anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's a few. It was
for me,
specifically it's
honestly,
the nerf on upgrades
like,
that made the biggest difference against Protoss, though.
yeah, I mean, for me, it's like there's 2 things, you know, uh, almost 3 actually. Like, so I mean, the first is like being able to one shot or 2 shot workers or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
that's pretty huge, you know. Like, I always thought that was kind of a big deal, and like Baneling run bys should always be a pretty viable thing,
yeah,
especially when
and
like Chrono
it
Boost and
really
Mules
wasn't
are so
until
good.
+3 is effective.
But I think it just affected Protoss or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it only affected Protoss and Zerg because they have 40 hit points, so SCVs have
Yeah,
like
yeah, and
25.
SCV's always had an extra 5.
Yeah,
Um,
which you know
yeah,
is
I'm
what
not
happens.
arguing about that.
No,
But like the what's the other thing? Yeah, so the other thing that kind of bugs me about it is like Ling Bane just does not feel effective anymore. It feels like Zerg is like forced to tech switch, and like we can't really do that very easily. Like Zerg is a very like race. It's a very like investment heavy race where like you kind of need the upgrades for it, and like the complementary units, and like the creep spread and positioning, and be playing that style and have the right mineral gas ratio, things like that.
I don't
Like,
entirely agree, but I also don't disagree in the sense that like you know Zerg is based around making those tech switches, but at the same because of the nature of its production. But at the same
yeah,
time,
I guess what I mean is like it's
starting
like,
those tech switches is slow because of the necessary upgrades that have to go into it first.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so what I mean is like it's a lot harder for Zerg to do like mixed compositions, where you would like, you kind of do some Ling Bane and then you mix in some roaches and things like that. And, you might have actually seen that a lot from like Cyril and Raynor recently. I don't think that's because they want to be doing that. I think it's because like neither Ling Bane or Roach Ravager by itself is a viable composition anymore. Like you almost have to get both and switch between them, which is not comfortable for Zerg.
Yeah. Fucking wish I could build instantly, but I can't. The one
What are you
downside
trying
to
to
this
check?
particular, I wanted to do
Oh,
DT's
DT
versus
Blink?
Planetary Fortress because fucking DT's versus Planetary Fortress. That's gonna be a nightmare to see coming back. I hated that. That literally was no counterplay. The counterplay was you would build 2 planetary fortresses back to back, with each of them having a set of like 4 turrets around them, plus 2 liberators on each,
Right.
and hope that you snipe enough Templar or Dark Templar before the planetaries die, which just never happened.
Yeah, no, I remember. I remember seeing the games and like seeing those moments and just
And
looking at
I
it and
would
being
test
like,
it
yeah,
here,
the
but it's
Terran very clearly does not want to lose this base. They're investing a lot in defending it, you know? And then the DTs are just like, oh, what's that? You want this base? Too bad. It's just gone in like a second. And then they just walk out.
all right. Let's play some games.
Yeah. Give me like 2 minutes actually. But yeah, let's play some games. I think we just take 5 damage. Okay. I think we have to try it. Please don't know. Don't block it. Please don't have a counter spell. No! Fuck! GG. Damn it! It came down to the draw. The one thing he had in his hand was a counter spell.
Storm. The door will open in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. Oh, how are we gonna do it? Oh my god.
Hostiles on the right.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh my god. It's so tense.
Recovery terminal.
Oh shit, Rainer's about to die.
Heading out.
Okay, there we go. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. So what is this doing? Whenever you gain life, it explores, and then whenever you explore, you gain life. So he just drops these 2 cards. Infinite loop. Fun and interactive time. You know what's the interaction I like? It's this button right here. That's the cheat code. That's how you beat these decks. You just press that concede button, and they go disappear. It's like Magic. The Gathering. Arena.
Waken them.
My queen, we should simply race through the trench, not waste time fighting Gorgons. If we surprise the Terrans, we can make it through with
See,
acceptable losses.
Zagara, she thinks with
And if
my
we
brain.
don't, the swarm dies.
That's how I think.
You need to learn
I'm like,
vision,
Void Race?
Zagara. Planning,
We should ignore the Void
calculation,
Race and just make roaches.
We can use this creep tumor to
Kill
spawn
the
a tumor near the
Protoss.
Scourge nest. Once it's
That's
awake,
how I play Zerg.
Warfield's Gorgon is done for.
Zagara is my spirit Zerg. Ooh. Hello.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm
this is
back.
Gonna be. I like. As far as the Terran changes go, Viking cost is fine, I guess, but really totally unnecessary and misses the mark on what actually needed to happen, which is
Hmm.
give Vikings 1 base armor. That's what you needed.
Yeah, I remember
then-
we talked about this earlier. You were saying that that's important for fighting carriers.
Yeah.
The interceptor
and
leash range is so long.
anything that can fight back against Vikings, Vikings lose against. Basically, if they're an A unit, they lose to Phoenixes, they lose to Corruptors, they lose to Mutas, they lose to literally anything that fights back against them. Anything that they're supposed to counter, they don't counter unless they are Broodlords or Colossus. Which is kind of funny, but you know. The Corruptor, I actually think one-on-one Vikings beat Corruptors, but only with I think that happens with 1 hit point left. I think they survive with something absurdly close, and yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Sorry, my headphones dying. So
That's fine.
trying to switch to my.
Take your time.
Okay. There we go. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Cool, cool. Whoa!
Yeah.
I clicked the mini map by accident.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think most of the changes just completely missed the mark.
Yeah,
So,
they're not great.
But
we require more minerals. We require more minerals.
I'm gonna really enjoy that
We
inspired
require more
like
minerals.
price reduction, even though it's not the right
yeah, I
change.
know you like it's not the
Like,
right change, but that's gonna make a big difference for you because
yeah,
it's just gonna enable you to get corrupted out so much earlier for you.
yeah, or like
Not
smoother.
a lot earlier, but
Yeah.
yeah, but more
I'll-
easily, I suppose.
There's definitely like a lot of games where my Spire is late just because I didn't have 200 gas. I was at like 150, and I just got so sick of like clicking the button and waiting for it that I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go spread creep somewhere, and then I get distracted and I forget.
Yeah.
So more. We require more minerals. We require more Vespine gas. Our forces are under attack. Our drones are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Oh,
Our forces are under attack.
not one ling, but two. Oh, inexcusable.
We require more. Our forces are under attack.
Coming in here to scout like I don't know what it is.
Did that Marine already has a kill?
Our forces.
You lost an Overlord to that, damn dude.
We require.
Oh, 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 oh. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a bit unlike you, isn't it?
Metamorphosis complete.
I let the gas finish. That you weren't even attacking.
Not enough energy. Not enough energy. We require more minerals. Not enough energy. Not enough energy. Not enough energy. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. Not enough energy. We require more minerals. Not enough energy. We require more minerals. A creep tumor is under
Ah.
energy.
Far on creep.
Yeah, it was.
We require more minerals. Our drones are not
Oh, got a banshee. My spore is conveniently located to not defend against.
Our drones are under attack.
Oh, oh. Thought I had a spore there.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. Mineral field depleted. We require more minerals. Mutation complete. We require more minerals. We require We require more minerals. We require more Vespine gas.
Oh.
The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Oh shit.
Fucking god damn it! I looked away at the worst moment.
Spawn more overload. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. Spawn more mutation. Mutation. Complete. A creature is under
Ah.
attack. Our forces are under attack.
Oh no. Oh god, no. Jesus Christ.
Mineral field depleted.
Oh wait, I don't need detection. I have fungal.
Not enough.
Why does fungal do that?
What, detect things?
Yeah. It's
I don't
kind
know.
of cool, I guess. I guess I've just always sort of wondered that secretly. Oh shit. More.
Our forces are
Oh shit, you have ghosts.
mineral field depleted.
Oh, EMP, ow.
Hell didn't matter.
Depleted.
Yeah, I guess.
Mineral field depleted.
Uh,
Not enough energy. We require more minerals. Mineral field depleted. Metamorphosis complete. We require more minerals.
I heard.
Our
Oh shit.
forces are under attack.
Oh, did that actually go off?
Unacceptable command. Maximum supply. Unacceptable command. Maximum supply.
Oh shit. I do not even know what just happened.
I EMP'd everything.
Yeah, it looked like it. I was about to do the shroud. I thought you killed the infestors for a second.
Under
Fire?
Ah!
Oh.
Okay. GG.
Yeah, I think that's GG.
Honestly, the one microbial shroud you got up actually genuinely turned the tide earlier.
Oh, yeah, when we were there.
Yeah.
And the
when we were
fungal,
in
too.
bottom.
I think it's the combination. Like, because when I was fighting you with just the shroud, like, you just kited me for days, and the shroud didn't really matter. You know, like, I mean, it made it so you couldn't fight me, right? But you could also just keep running as long as you had terrain to run with. Like I said, it would kind of depend on the map, right?
Yeah, between like if I get the EMPs off first, I can kind of win the fight, but even then, it's like I'm still
Yeah.
relying entirely on really good Widowmine shots, extremely good splits, kiting back with Marine Rorder medevac,
Yeah.
and you know not losing everything. But if I don't trade extremely well in one fight, the game just ends. Like the moment I lost that fight, I was like, ah, okay.
Were
Which in fairness,
you
I
on
feel like
3-3?
happened is what happened. I think I forgot 3-3 until way later than I needed
Okay.
to. So yeah,
Yeah.
but your
I don't think
your
I
Arida,
had
your
it
Skyrock
during
did really,
the
really good.
decisive fight outside my
No,
fourth,
we were
though.
both even. We were both even there. It was 2-2 on both sides.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But honestly, the sheer damage, like if Microbial Shroud hadn't been there, my Marines would have cleaned up most of that, if not all of it. I'm almost certain
We
that.
could watch that replay, actually, and just see
Oh,
that moment. Because I'm kind of curious. Like, I think the fungal in combination with the shroud is really what makes it killer. And then the fact that I mix corruptors in, too, makes it brutal. Like, it almost feels like fighting fungal bile, right? Because you just lose everything, and you don't really trade that well.
Add-on ready. Swap away. Research. Your command center's got some new toys. SCV ready.
Got a lot of drones with those banshees.
yeah, I
Research group
actually
add-on
got a
is
few
complete.
there, so I was quite surprised. It wasn't as many as I wanted to,
Your research is ready.
but
Add-ons.
actually 14 workers was
Add-on done.
more than I was
Swap away.
expecting.
Yeah, you got quite a lot.
The one moment I looked away.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was pretty impactful too. Because you were looking at the Banshee, I think.
SCVs didn't sign up for flight. We could use some help here. This better be good.
Oh, I had a Ling over there. That's funny. The Ling distracted you.
Gangway. Coming through.
You're still ahead in resources lost, though.
Upgrade complete. Ready for dust-off.
Our workers are also even, and you've got mules on top of that.
Go, go, go! Your add-on is complete.
I'm at 61 workers to your 84 at the moment. You hit that drone button real hard.
Oh yeah, that was when I
Time
droned my
wasn't
fourth.
able to- Okay, so this is
This hurt.
You've mined out some of your minerals. The enemy's taking
that
fire at your
didn't do
forces.
as it didn't kill as many as I was hoping it would, to be honest.
No, I was actually
There's
really
one
surprised.
Shot went into one shot went into the extractor there.
Oh, okay. Right, and then he just left those Widow mines. Let's kill a decent amount of lings.
You mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more
9-1.
of those.
I killed 10
right?
lings with crossbow widow mines. 2 shots actually completely whiffed.
Oh,
One
that's
got
funny.
1 shot and one got 9.
I just barely missed this one widow mine.
God, I just
You've depleted that mineral
I
field.
needed Planetary Fortress before. I should have made that a PF instead. Honestly, side note, that fucking bunker held for a really long time against those ultras.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Wait, am I still 1-1?
Command Center 2.0 ready to go.
Oh, my +2 just finished. Okay. So
Oh.
I have
Oh yeah,
I'm
okay,
fine
so
on
but
the
your armor is a
but my
little...
+2 weapon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you're about to get vehicle armor. Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
fungal hit the marauders here. Everything else, like these took shots and
Yeah, I
did
see.
I actually?
And all this stuff in the back is still free to shoot.
Yeah, like that made a huge difference, to be
And
honest.
yeah, I see. Because like after the shroud there, I was able to, if we slow it down
Your command center's
Yeah,
got some new toys.
your
little bit
lings and
further.
banes, your lings and banes ate so much damage here.
Swap away.
There's the fungal,
Like there's the fungal
and the shroud should be like right after that. There it is.
there. Yep.
And then yeah, you can see like this stuff is gonna be shooting here. It's
Yep.
not doing damage really.
At all. Yeah, it's doing fuck all damage. Because these are doing 8 damage down to 4, -2, so they're doing 2 damage a shot at the moment because you have 2 armor on your.
Yeah. On 35 health
That's
units.
pretty silly. That's pretty
Yeah.
silly.
And the corruptors are just wrecking the medevacs too.
Yeah, the fungal catching the medevac definitely sucked. But, like you probably would have still cleaned it up, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I genuinely think that microbial shroud, that single microbial shroud, just actually swung the fight in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, the fungal was good on its own,
The
but
fungal was solid on its own. I wouldn't necessarily say good, and the only reason I say that is because you didn't actually catch more than like 2 marines.
yeah.
Most of my marines.
But I did catch
escaped.
the medevacs. The
You did
medevacs are
catch the
pretty
medevacs,
important.
That's true. Yeah, that is definitely true. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I guess
This
I
is
guess
kind
I'm
of
gonna have to
shocking.
get. I guess I'm gonna have to get much better with my ghosts, and like I'm not terrible with ghosts, but I'm gonna have to get much better with ghosts
Yeah, the EMP
if I'm
is
gonna.
gonna be
God, dude. And I
pretty heavily relied
you
upon
only
spell.
got you only got 2 spells off. You know, I still got the EMPs off. I just didn't get
Hmm.
enough. Like, if we back up for a moment, I want to see, because I know I landed the EMP. Like, you had okay. I landed 1 out of 2 EMPs, I think. Yeah, that's 101 there.
Oh, I see. You did
So
get
you
one
had,
infester there, but the other
yeah,
one, I think we're
the other
on the
2.
edge or something.
The other 2, one of them was on the edge, and one of them, yeah.
Yeah, okay, one of them got EMP decloaked, I can see it, and the other one missed. You got the high energy infester.
I got the max energy infester, but it didn't
Yeah.
matter because you need 2 EMPs to strip energy.
And I think you got it just there.
Nope, you've used.
Oh, that was because I used
fungal.
this spell. I used one from each.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then I think you hit it again.
No, my ghost is die.
There
oh,
it
yep,
is.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. So too late. The second ghost is too late. Which is kinda wild. I'm not spending my money badly either. Like I'm
No, no, not at all.
floating a little bit now, but
I think you're probably in a moment of disbelief after that interaction, though.
no, it's like a little bit. But at the same time, I was kind of like, damn, dude, like that was surprising.
Research complete.
Yeah.
And then all your ultras pop a moment later.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely going to be making at least 2 or 3 infestors, like every game now. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's assuming this stays in the game, which it can't stay at a 50% damage reduction.
Yeah. I think they're going to
think-
nerf it to 25
I think
at least.
I think they'll probably reduce it to 33 first, and then probably get nerfed to 25 again. As assuming they don't just revert the changes altogether. Which, you know, to be honest, I actually wouldn't mind if they put a 25% damage reduction on them, but
I mean, I think the ability is cool. I think it's
Yeah.
just way too strong.